and welcome back to TLDR, the show where I run down the latest episodes of Session 0 so you can keep up with the chaos. Introducing our players for this week, we have Callum Upton, the Bard, Rage Darling, the Barbarian, BillieTrixx as the Sorceress, and our head of the NPC department and Dungeon Master, Josh Drive-Hayes. Join us every Wednesday on Twitch at 7 PM to explore an endless series of potentially unfortunate events. And without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to Josh, who is going to be explaining our story setting this episode. Take it away, Josh.
From the village of Old Tower, a classical fantasy village. There's a brook running through, carts trundle in and out. There's a wood on the outskirts. It's lovely. These flyers just say that this village needs help. This village requires a qualified, dangerous adventurer.
The party come to a seemingly quiet village where clearly our help is needed. We first meet a gentle old man, but Rage being Rage obviously has to challenge him to an arm wrestle.
You don't.
Oh, but I'm just a kindly old man who is in no way relevant to the plot of this adventure.
No. That's exactly what an evil wizard in disguise would say. Arm wrestle now.
Okay. Well, we'll need a table. I'll join you if we head to the pub and talk to Tim, the guard in charge.
Callum wants a drink, and Rage tells the truth that nobody wants to say.
Drinks are on you, mate.
No, old men aren't innocent.
Let's just say Rage is very suspicious of everyone. And all I wanted to do was go to the pub. Simple spells are an absolute no-go for Billy today. Dropping tables on old men, crushing the first NPC in the game isn't the best thing that's ever happened to the group, but it could be worse.
Solid mahogany, intricate, carved, dense, with flourishes around the edge. Pretty big, pretty heavy. The problem is you summon it directly above the old man, and it falls. And the first thing you hear as his shoulders are crushed by the weight of this dense wood is an old brittle snap.
Josh explores the quest with us and we get to hear about the big bad this episode, Teleporto. The name speaks for itself. It's a man, it's a wizard who teleports things anywhere, or teleports people inside of other people, but not in the way that you'd hope. And we even discovered that one human being was teleported inside of another human being, and then this happened.
We need you to go in and get him out. We've ran out of guards.
But you need us to get the guards out of each other?
No, the guards are dead.
Oh.
I'm not touching them.
The
They
guards
can do a
are
really
very
cool cartwheel with how
very
they've
dead.
been set up.
Yeah.
We need, I will be honest, we did not think about their ability to do a cool cartwheel as they were teleported inside, upside down of each other. We didn't look and go, oh, that's a lot of arms and legs. We just thought, that's horrific.
I might have been the saviour last time, but this time he's kind of putting us in the shit.
On the plus side, you've got a nice mahogany table now.
Timmy turns to look at you. How did you know it was made of mahogany?
Well, so Teleporto obviously only uses high quality materials. Just a lucky guess.
Roll a d20, Cal.
Rage tries to strike a child while Callum decides to pull his trousers down.
Wait,
With
the camera's there.
With that exact noise.
Uh-huh.
As you do, Timmy, his training reflexes kick in. He holds the sword above his head and deflects the blow away.
I am going to pull his loose trousers down to his ankles and hope he trips over.
After killing at least 3 NPCs and one of them at least named Timmy, we head to the tower where Teleporto, the evil Teleporto, is keeping himself.
At this point, have we killed more guards than Teleporto has?
Rage blows our cover.
So your plan is to knock on the door.
No, the wall. Hello?
Hang on, let me just get this straight. Our plan, in order to stealthily avoid the deadly mage that's inside this tower, is to knock on the tower and shout, hello.
Today is not a good day to exist if your name is Timmy. Rage accidentally murders our 3rd, 4th NPC?
You grab Timmy by the scruff of the neck and you go to climb a tree. You've got muscles. You're strong and you're powerful. So you bring up your hand and you slam your hand into the tree and you grip the bark and you pull yourself up. And then you forget that you're carrying Timmy. So you raise your hand and you slam it into the tree and you pull yourself up. And you slam the other hand and you pull up and you slam the hand and you pull up. You step off onto the vines. What you appear to be holding is a suit of armor filled with jam.
Between 3 of us, you would think we can come up with a decent plan. Unfortunately, we all had different ideas, but Callum won it over in the end with his vine idea.
Yeah, I want to jump on the vines and just slide down Mission Impossible style straight through the hole.
That works perfectly. You are agile enough to do that. You just scroll straight down and you jump in and you're ready. You look around, there's nothing in the tower for you.
Remember I said earlier that Rage is just suspicious of everything? Well, this confirms it.
You find a diary. On the front it says Teleporto. You open it and the first page says, Dear Dream Diary, today I had another dream while floating mid-air in this room. It is without a doubt my favourite way to sleep.
I think it might be him.
It wouldn't be a D&D game without a cursed weapon, and, well, Rage, it's your turn to have it.
A beautiful, handcrafted, golden warhammer.
Trickster Sorceress attempts to do some blood magic.
I will summon blood from the atmosphere and just
I
shoot
need
it
my
towards
blood.
his eyes.
So like a blood-based Magneto.
Ah, you gave him a blood facial.
What a picture.
The rolls are going so terribly today, we're getting some inner party damage.
As you fly through the air, raise the hammer and smash it onto his skull. And the moment it touches his skull, Callum, you feel one hell of a pressure on the top of your head. You feel the weight crushing inwards. You feel an impact pushing down, and you realize that this hammer transfers whatever it hits to something else nearby.
Get ready, because there is yet another NPC death in this episode. And I know you're thinking it can't get any worse, but it does. We have yet another Timmy to be brought to the flame, to be brought to the fire, and literally this time into Sorceress Trix's fireball. Take it away, Josh.
You are holding this burning, blazing amount of flaming energy in your hands, and just above it, hanging upside down in the air, a tiny child's face. And you only get to see it for a fraction of a second before it catches a flame. He starts to scream, but all the oxygen is taken away as you see the flames being drawn into his mouth and into his lungs, charring him from the inside.
At this point, there is an endless supply of Timmy NPCs, but in case you're wondering, how does the bloodline work? Here is some sort of explanation.
The chat just put, older Timmy's name is younger Timmy. Yes. It's a complex family structure. The father was also called Tim. Therefore, the oldest was called Younger Timmy, and the youngest was called Youngest Timmy.
Yeehaw! Callum plays a cowboy and lassos the wizard.
I think we execute the plan. I'm going to try and lasso him.
Roll a d20.
Take care of the wacky wavy inflatable arms.
Go on, Callum.
20.
Oh, let's go.
Hang on. So I get a good wind up on this, you know, proper cowboy. There's wind behind me and I just flick it.
Trickster Sorceress discovers that she has some absolutely horrifying magic that she can use. Watch this space.
And you see that his tongue has been sliced across and then down multiple times. It's frayed at the end. Every fray begins to twist into a point and then solidify, and as his frayed tongue begins to congeal into spikes, they stab through his upper and lower lip from the inside out. The tongue then twists and clamps itself shut. He cannot speak because you have managed to sew his mouth shut with his own flayed tongue.
And we truly discover how chaotic today's episode is.
I'm actually amazed that I seem to be the voice of reason on this adventure. It's normally the other way around.
Our hero of the episode, it's Rage coming in with a rugby body slam, absolutely barbarianing her way to victory.
So his arms are bound, his mouth is tied.
You've got to take him down quickly before he does something else.
Well, I'm just gonna peg it towards him, and I'm gonna body slam him.
Are we not using the hammer?
I'm full on just gonna rugby tackle him.
Run and rugby tackle.
Rage tells the dad joke about a naked wizard.
You grab the robe, currently adorning the hanged mage, and just rip it off.
As you can see, he's well hung.
I knew that was coming. Jesus Christ.
Let's take a look at our thoughts at the end of the episode and how we thought we all did.
Do you think the village is saved?
I wouldn't go that far. I definitely think we've reduced their population by about half. the mage won't be doing any further damage. So it swings and roundabouts, really.
I think my character's dignity's back now, in some capacity.
You just pegged a mage.
You have hung a mage, pulled his clothes off, and killed a child by smashing his face into a tree trunk while climbing said tree.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to watch the other episodes of TLDR to keep up on those inside jokes and content. I'll see you very soon. Bye!